Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Game On, brought to you by Homer 9 and Sons. I'm Andrew Chiappazzi, and today we're at Central Valley, where the girls basketball team is preparing for a quarterfinal game in the WPL Class 4A playoffs against Keystone Oaks on Thursday. Joining me is junior guard Kaelyn Underwood. Kaelyn, welcome.
Thank you.
On to the quarterfinals. You played Deer Lakes on Saturday. Tell me about that game. How do you feel you guys played as a team? Obviously, you got the win, which is the most important part.
Yeah, I feel like we did play as a team. I feel like we could have played better. Like, we definitely need to improve on some areas, especially if we went to compete against Keystone Oaks. But overall, we played pretty well. People were taking shots. So, yeah.
It seems like you got off to a good start in that game, at least offensively. Does that kind of build up a little bit of cushion, then maybe not quite as sharp in the second half sort of deal?
Yeah, we definitely did come out strong. I think we just kind of like felt that we were comfortable, and when we got comfortable, that's whenever they started fighting back, and then we just had to realize this is a big game, we have to win.
Well, you've been kind of the underdogs for the last couple of seasons and having to prove yourselves a little bit. Do you feel like this team's at its best when you have a little bit of a chip on your shoulder?
I think that's a hard one, because sometimes when we are winning, then we play well, and then other times I think we need to be brought back down to earth and realize that anyone can beat us.
Well, you came out of a very difficult section, playing the likes of Blackhawk, Beaver, Ambridge. You played some tough non-section games. How do you feel that that schedule, both conference games and out-of-conference games, prepared you for the playoffs?
It definitely prepared us. I feel like with the teams that we played, they're the best of the best. And so when we are going into playoffs, we're a little bit more calm, and we know that we can compete. So, yeah, it prepared us.
What's the biggest difference in preparing for a playoff game and knowing that it might be one and done compared to preparing even for just a big, section game or a big game in the regular season?
It definitely motivates us to practice as hard as we can, because this may be the last time we're with like our senior Madison Hiltz. So we just have to remember we don't necessarily have the next game because it's playoffs. So, yeah, it motivates us.
You'll play Keystone Oaks in the quarterfinals on Thursday. What are you expecting out of that game, other than it to be an important game, obviously?
I think it'll be a really good game. Both teams, I feel like we're pretty evenly matched, and I feel like either way, we're both going to have to fight really hard to win that game.
Finally, Kaelyn, you take a look at this team. If you look back to what your goals were at the beginning of the season, have you achieved some of them, and what are the goals now?
We definitely have achieved some of them, like beating Beaver, beating Blackhawk, beating Ambridge, like teams we never really were able to compete with before. So we definitely achieved some of them, and then making it into the WPL playoffs, so that was one. And our goals now are obviously to make it as far as possible and to just keep fighting and play as hard as possible all the time.
Kaelyn, thank you so much for your time. Central Valley is taking on Keystone Oaks Thursday in the WPL Class 4A quarterfinals. For more coverage, stay tuned to timesonline.com.